Hello and welcome to another fly tying session with your host Scott. In this session we're going to be tying a pattern known as the Balloon Caddis by Roman Moser. This pattern is held quite dearly to me, mainly because it was the inspiration for one of my patterns known as the foam emerger, which is basically a buzzer pattern with a foam wing, and that's all there is to it really. And we've caught a lot of fish with them and they seem to work, but this is the original pattern where the inspiration came from. And to tie it, we're going to need, in the vise, we have a Camazan B100 in size 12. You can do this on pretty much any size from 10 down to 20. This is completely up to you. I've got a grey uni thread in 8/0, spelt the American way. I've got a patch of rabbit fur for the body. I've got a nice, really nice clean patch of roe deer for part of the wing. We're going to be using a pearl tinsel. This one's one by Lure Flash, excuse me. This one's by Lure Flash. You may not be able to find this anymore. This is very fine pearl tinsel. There are other proprietors out there you can get that from, that's not a problem. And then the thorax and part of the wing is tied using this yellow craft foam or ether foam, whatever you want to get, it's the same stuff. So there's not a lot going on with this pattern, but the hard bit is the deer hair, which I'll go into in a second. I'm just going to bed the hook here. I'll go bed that far just to get started, and then we'll add the tinsel. So you want a length that you can manage. This seems to curl up quite badly, it makes it difficult to work with, but we'll get round it. Nothing a pinch turn can't handle. And then we're going to take the thread round the bend, same as you would with a buzzer pattern. How far round is completely up to you. I like to go quite a long way around. The main reason being, you can't go too far round because you'll crowd the hook point, but if you go round far enough, that means more of the fly will be visible to the fish underneath the surface film, and that's why I like to go a long way around. Just trim the excess tinsel off there a little bit, and then you're going to get your rabbit fur. You could use SLF or whatever, as long as it's like a olive grey, anything in that colour range. You can do this in quite a few different colours, this fly. I'm going to dub the under fur as much as you can. You can use hairs here as well, but you can use I've got my new dubbing boxes, which is all acrylic walls that I've blended up and put into a box. You can use those as well. Basically any dubbing you fancy. I'm going to dub the body. It doesn't have to be perfect, just make sure it's, you know, tapered a little bit. I'll just keep adding dubbing as required. It's a really good general dry fly pattern. I can see this catching fish even when there's no caddis about. It just looks like anything that's basically sat on the water. So it's a very similar pattern to the elk hair caddis, which I haven't tied yet, but I'm going to have a go at. I haven't got any elk here, but we'll use the roe deer, it'll be fine. I'll probably do it. So you want to leave a bit of thorax free. And you're going to wind your rib. And tie that in. And this is where we get the deer hair. So this is roe deer. You can use any deer hair that you've got. This is quite a large patch, so I went for this because I thought I'm going to be using this a lot this season. And you want to cut a fairly generous amount off. And then you've got to use this tool here. This is a hair stacker. You pop it in points first, and then tap it on your disc. And that should stack it so that all the points line up. Grab them by the points nice and tight so they don't move. Offer it up to the hook so that the end of the wing meets up with the bend of the hook. Loose turn, second loose turn, and then pull tight. Put a few more in to secure it. And it's going to take a little while to trim all that down, but you need to trim it all down. So just bear with me. Just need to be patient with it. Try not to cut your thread. And then tidy up a bit. Ready for your thorax. Okay, so you're going to make your thorax cover using your foam. You just cut in a rough triangle with the base about 3 or 4 millimeters, coming to a point. It's probably about 10 mil long. And you offer that up to the hook like so. And then lock that in. Don't worry about it crushing the the deer hair down at the moment. We can sort that out in a second. Then we're going to have more dubbing for the thorax. Need a fair bit of it. And don't be too concerned if you've got some of the guard hairs in as well. That will make it look quite leggy, which is good. You don't necessarily have to tie this pattern on a buzzer hook as well. You can tie it on a straight shanked hook. The one I was looking at in my book is indeed on a straight shanked hook. So once you've got your thorax on, bring the tip of your foam over, put a couple of turns in just to lock that off. Come in with your scissors, trim the excess foam away. And any fibres going forward, and then start forming your head. And whip finish. And it looks alright state at the moment, but it's okay, we'll sort that out. Trim away and bend your foam upwards like that. You can trim it off completely if you want to, or trim it to suit. And just manipulate it until you get the right profile. If you want to get really clever, you can tease out some of the fibres there to create legs. And there we have it. Varnish to finish. And that is Roman Moser's Balloon Caddis. Thank you all very much for watching. Please like, share and subscribe. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye bye for now.